Good day, I'm Caroline Brown and this is your JIS News for Monday, June 9. 150 residents of the Majesty Gardens community in Kingston are to benefit from educational development over the next 20 months. The Majesty Gardens Community Educational Development Program gives residents literacy, numeracy and life skills training and puts them in a position to pursue their high school diploma and further studies. At last Thursday's official launch, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller said the $15 million venture was part of the state's contract with the people.
This is what the essence of development is all about. Empowering people to make life better for themselves and members of their family. Building their capacity for action and broadening their choices.
The multi-agency intervention is an initiative of the PIOJ's Community Renewal Program, as well as the Citizen Security and Justice Program and the Jamaica Foundation for Lifelong Learning. Government remains determined to complete an environmental assessment and engage stakeholders as it acts on a proposal to develop the Goat Islands into a transshipment port. Chairman of the Jamaica Logistics Hub Task Force on Education, Dr. Fritz Pinnock, says the environmental assessment may take up to 2 years, but insists the project is moving forward.
We have started the process, the proposal is there, then the negotiation would have to start. Then you have to do, serious baseline studies and everything would have to be established. Then you'll have to have town hall meetings in which we'll get a chance to give feedback and so on. So it's a whole process of engagement.
He says the project is utilizing a similar model as that used to establish the London Gateway, which took 10 years to complete. Dr. Pinnock was speaking Sunday as 100 persons toured the Little Goat Island. The exercise was planned by the Caribbean Maritime Institute and the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Government will be distributing climate change audiovisual toolkits to students to increase awareness about the environmental issue. While making his sectoral presentation last week, Portfolio Minister Robert Pickersgill said the kits would provide educational information on the critical subject matter.
It's a comprehensive toolkit, Mr. Speaker, and it will be given to all the schools in the island. I've already spoken to the Minister of Education. Our aim is to ensure that each school is equipped with at least one of these toolkits.
The audio-visual toolkits will be age-specific and delivered to both primary and secondary students. Meanwhile, the Education Ministry is asking all schools to activate their disaster preparation management plan now that we are in the hurricane season. The directive was given last Friday by Chief Education Officer Dr. Grace McLean at a JIS think tank. She said the ministry was also sending out disaster preparedness and management bulletins to schools this week.
In accordance to the booklets that were distributed to them in collaboration with ODPEM last year, and some were also distributed this year. We are reminding our schools that most of them are also used for disaster centers in case of emergencies, and hence they should ensure that the designated areas are identified.
She also advised that schools should ensure they have the necessary technology to receive emergency notices from the ministry, and said any changed telephone numbers should be updated with the regional education offices. The Office of the Children's Registry OCR is training persons for search and rescue operations to help bring home missing children under the Ananda Alert system. OCR Registrar Greg Smith says so far 5 training sessions have been held with representatives of various government agencies and community groups.
Primary aim of this training were the establishment and implementation of protocols between government agencies and community and parish level development groups to improve the timely response of community to find and locate missing children who were reported.
Mr. Smith, who was speaking at a recent JIS think tank, said the exercise was being financed by the United Nations Children's Fund. He said the one-day sessions involving theoretical and practical components had already been held in Trelawney, St. Anne, St. Catherine, St. James and St. Thomas and would be extended to all parishes. And finally, Commerce State Minister Sharon Folks Abrams is calling on business owners to register their personal property under the newly installed National Collateral Registry and gain access to entrepreneurial financing.
There is no shortage of creative and innovative ideas in Jamaica, but very often dreams, visions, and ideas die by the wayside because of the lack of access to capital.
Mrs. Folks Abrams was addressing a recent business reform sensitization workshop. She said the owners of Creative Works were already receiving improved access to credit through the Secured Transactions Framework of the Security Interests Personal Property SIP Registry. Based at the company's office of Jamaica, the registry was instituted less than 6 months ago, paving the way for the National Collateral Registry. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Caroline Brown. Thanks for watching.